I'm David Saunders. I'm the Director of Logistics Sales here at RJ Logistics. I handle more of the day-to-day on the floor here with the guys. He's more high-level visionary, thinking about a couple steps further down the line than I am myself. I help the guys facilitate the moves on the day-to-day basis. If there's something that's happening on the ground, a lot of quick decisions need to be made. Sometimes Sean's not available, and I'm flying through those on a daily basis. I've been here for about 7 months. The decision to come to RJ was I had another family company that I was working at. The ownership was not supportive. Here the ownership is extremely supportive. They want to move the company forward and do what's proper for the customer. They really believe in community involvement. It's just more of a family cultural feel here. It was all about fit, and I felt like this was going to be a great fit for me to move forward in my career and just advancement, and I was going to be able to service people better and help out the community locally and also just customers in general. If I help the rep be as successful as possible, it's going to translate to the customer. So on the day-to-day, if the sales rep is going to be facilitating the customer successfully and feeling powerful about themselves, it gets me jacked up. It helps them in their career, helps the customer, and we like to think of ourselves as an extension of the customer. So we're the final mile to that customer. So if we do a really, really great job, they're going to be impressed with us, and they're going to keep coming back. We're going to get referrals. The whole process is just exciting to go from a situation where they don't know us at all to us closing business, and then years down the line, having that partnership is really, really exciting. I think large shippers have many layers to their logistics. We might have a better pulse of their business than even themselves sometimes, because we are integrated in from the warehouse, sometimes to middle management, and all the way to the C-suite. So we bring a different light to their business that they might not even know about. We have way more touches with their warehouses and the drivers and the shippers than sometimes they might even have themselves from a supplier standpoint. So we're definitely an extension of them. We're just trying to recognize that we are that final mile. We represent them. So if we are late or if we do something wrong, it's going to reflect poorly on them. So we refrain from those situations altogether and just be as proactive and give top-notch service all the way through from pickup to delivery. Ultimately, we're only as good as the people that are hauling the freight, the carriers, the driver inside the truck. We want to pay those carriers accurately, we want to pay them well, and for that we can get top tier carriers. They're going to provide premium service. So we want to have a fair market rate, not just the cheapest option. Sometimes those cheapest options might get pushed a day or two. They might not be as timely or communicative. They might push you to the back of the line for a more high-paying customer. So the carriers that we use are top-notch. We vet them very seriously, and we have to pay them as such because they know that they're premium providers to us. We had a project that started up a few weeks ago with a customer. They said the start date was a few weeks out into the future, and all of a sudden their customer's timeline radically changed. We came in on a Monday morning, and they needed 3 trucks there ASAP. We huddled as a group, got really collaborative, got with them, reached out to all of our partner carriers to get the drivers there as quickly as possible. We had to go out of our way and buy additional strapping equipment because the carrier didn't have as much of that as on the short term that we needed. So we went out of our way to go buy that equipment for them out of our own pocket to give it to the carrier to go and pick it up. It was just really kind of a high stress situation, but because they needed it there ASAP, and it was their customer that put in the demands on them. They knew they were put into a bind, and the first thing they thought of is, let's call RJ because they're going to really take care of us and at least be honest with us. Can we get there on time? They're going to believe that we are, not just overextending ourselves. I think a lot of other people, brokers in this industry, will say, yes, absolutely, we can do it. And then they'll reach back out around 1, 2, 3 o'clock when it's too late to make a decision or a change and say, hey, we can't do it, but we have a solution for tomorrow. But right in the morning, we got in around 9 and had that meeting and said, we realistically can do this. We set accurate expectations with them, and we ended up executing. We had to stay a little late to get it done for them, but that's kind of what it's all about. We got to go the extra mile for them, and they were thrilled with it. Their end customer was thrilled with it, and we're moving the rest of the project successfully today. I mean, I think it all starts with always being as transparent as possible with what our actual capabilities are. I think a lot of brokers will reach out and overextend themselves, where we try to give realistic expectations of like, we can do A, B, and C, maybe D, but we're gonna let you know, and just come together with a plan of how we're gonna service that business. It just builds that partnership when you can communicate effectively and be proactive. and know that RJ is going to have their back. There's almost nothing better than when a customer, you send them an update or give them some sort of information, they go, man, I was just thinking about that. Thank you for giving me that. Because we were on the same wavelength there. Giving them that information just makes you feel good, makes them feel good. And it goes back to having that extension of their shipping department. You know, we're basically sitting right next to them, but we might be in a different building. Sitting on information is not something you want to do in this industry. If you're proactively communicating to your customer, it gives them the option to be nimble, to come up with a solution. Even if it's not with us, at least they can service their final customer if we give them the information sooner rather than later. Bad news now is still bad news later. Let's get it out of the way and communicate with them. And in these situations, usually if we can come up with a solution or not, we come out of it stronger, knowing the customer knowing that we are going to handle that correctly with them and at least be transparent. Delivering bad news is just as important as delivering good news.